Alright guys, so this is day 3 of the alpha test of Godforge, a game from Faithless Studios. I'm your boy Russian, and this is Broke Not Dead Godforge Edition. Alright, so today we're gonna do something a little bit more fun to a lot of the guys. We're gonna look at some of the mechanics of the game. Now, when I say about champions pay attention on, I will mostly mention rares, okay? Because rares and epics, basically because some of them can carry you and they're much easier for you to acquire. So Hippolyta, for example, as I call her, Hip Girl. So the thing with her is she has on her A3, and I'll be honest, shields help so much in this game because a lot of times you get some smackdowns and it hurts a lot. The most when you're trying to get to the boss and your other enemies are just smacking you down. Plus, she gives you ward, what immune to attack damage, and speed up, what boosts your speed stat by 10%. Speed's a lot in this game, by the way. One of the champions that she's really good, but the most reason I use her is her 14% speed on attack battle. So she's been leading a lot of the teams because speed in this game is major. Basically because you have your ultimate attack, so the more turns you get, the more you build up. So it's a huge smackdown. So that's a core team. The thing is also Percival. Percival, the thing with him is he removes all the buffs on his A3 and disables from himself, then attacks one enemy, right? And then on the A2, he plays a res up and radiance 2 on this here for 2 turns and has 50% of place a stun for 1 turn no enemy. So it stops your enemies from smacking you down, and on top of that, allows you to get more turns and build up your ultimate attacks. Now, the thing about ultimate attacks is they keep building per round. What it means, per wave, I should say, in the round. So what happens is a lot of games, like raids, a lot of times things reset every time you go to a next wave, okay? So one of the things are awakenings. So awakenings is what allow us to get our champions even higher, okay? On raids, for example, that would be the awakening of the champion. But the way you do with those is by using copies of your champion. So much easier if you have a rare, right? The thing about this game is you can only use one copy of each champion in a combat. So if I'm already using horrors, I cannot have 2 horses running at the same time. So there's really zero need to have copies of your champions, okay, in this game. What I think it's great because it doesn't become like a situation in a lot of games that you have like 5 of the same champion, that's why you get stuck. So many ways to do it. Pretty cool because it's not like you're chasing for it like a maniac in different ways. You can choose where you're gonna use the imprint or you just discard later on. Cool. So things you can do, okay, with imprints and everything. Waylord Smith, it's kind of the same thing. It just jumps straight to your weapons. Now, let's talk about battles. So, as of right now, we only have caverns up, okay? Because that's what we're testing right now in the alpha. Now, how does that work? You have 2 ways to complete this stage. You have one way, you're gonna get 1 star, and it's just pretty much throwing your champions in there, clearing the stage. Now, let me find one I don't have, level 43. I only have 1 star. If you have the rewards you're gonna get just by clearing the stage, right? So, drops, and it shows you armor. You can get heroes, spirits, and armor, and the types you're gonna get. Now, you only gonna get Pauldron armor, right? Now, if I come to stage 44, you're gonna see that I'm gonna be getting gauntlets. So if you need gauntlets, you have specific stages you can go and farm for instead of just farming and hoping you get a certain drop. What I think is really good. Also, it shows spirits. Spirits are like chickens. So you get chickens, you get heroes, and you get armor. Now, the higher stage you go, and now understand it's not a high chance to get a Lego, okay? But if you come in here, now you have other chance. At 70, you have chances to get legendary armor, helmets, right? But the drop's still up to rare. But if I come to boss stages, what are the even numbers? So I'm gonna also show a couple of difference on stages. So stage 70 is a boss battle. So boss battles, you get more stuff, right? So you have spirits all the way up to 3. That's a limit, at least for here. Drops, I can get heroes all the way down to legendary. So if I want to chase heroes, I go and fight all the way to legendaries. Armor, same thing. Now, boss stages will give you random armor. So if you're at some point beginning some ways and you don't have specific armors you're looking for, you just go to the boss and you're gonna get random pieces of armor. And on top of that, it shows the types of armors that drops. Okay, you have the wolf, you have the jaguar, you have the kraken, and they give specific bonuses. Now, the other stages to pay attention on are the 5s. So anything that ends with 5. 15, 5, 15, 25, 35. And the reason for that is that's where you're going to get things to actually raise the number of stars of your champion, right? And I'm going to show you this in a second. What is kind of that's the actual awakening level. You have 2 ways to awaken your champions. I'm going to explain. So right here, so you get, cunning alchemy. You can get eternal alchemy, and that's for each type of champion, right? Like, let me say if you guys play raids like magic alignments, void, etc. So, and each one of them, if you go like, for example, pull 65, you get 4, you get strength. So you guys see how that works. All right. So that's what you get. But on top of that, you also, on the ones that are 5s, you have a chance to get legendary heroes. Okay? And you also get the stones that you also get the potions that will allow you to level your character without having to run him through dungeons. So, pretty good to know. Everything else, you're going to be more focused, like stage 94, for example. You're going to be getting different things, like steel heroes only go to rare, and then you get armor and spirits, okay? So, now, that's the other way I need to mention. I should have mentioned before about awakening your champions, and it has to do with awakening, right? Not awakening, sorry. I'm still learning the names. All right, let's go back. So let me say, for example, because I do need to get for her. So I'll come in here and upgrade. And here's where if I had all the champions, and I am building another one, but not for her. But you would come in here and just add, for example, Lead Shock. Well, she's equipped, so just putting here, and then I would get her to 5-star. Well, it's already set up, sorry. So, because I already got, I just need to click on abilities, and then it shows right here. Eternal Trickster, when damage is inflicted on an enemy by their allies, steal 10% of the damage, enemy turn meter. Okay, so also another thing, if you make at least one of your champions extremely fast, you're going to help him to actually build his turn meter. I've been having a lot of fun playing, and it's only one area, and you have so much stuff locked, okay? I'm playing Caverns right now, and we have dungeons, arena, bosses, campaign, all locked. So, I don't need to say if I'm actually enjoying just playing one little area of the game. When the game's out, it's going to be incredible, okay? I don't know the dates. I'll be honest, I'll be getting involved being on Alpha being on beta and when the game comes out. That's all I can say to you, and that's my honest opinion. Okay? Drop in the comments what you guys think about the game so far, if you guys are involved or not, if you guys are going to be in the alphas or not. I really appreciate you all being here to the end of the video. And as always, I'll see you in the game.